You know that tightness in your chest when anxiety strikes? That racing mind that won't let you sleep? That ongoing preoccupation with what's ahead that takes away your now? Consider this. A single three-word phrase exists that can vanquish anxiety right as it begins. Neuroscience researchers have investigated this phrase's brain impact, and their discoveries will revolutionize your approach to stress indefinitely. Still, before sharing this phrase, I need you to complete a simple task right away. Select subscribe and turn notifications on, as what you'll discover could mean the difference between chronic worry and real inner calm. Utilizing gathered studies from international educational institutions and official public health resources, this content was designed to present contemporary information expressly for the 60-plus demographic. Now, let me ask you something honest. How much of your lifetime has gone toward worrying about occurrences that never actually happened? How many beautiful moments have you missed because your mind was trapped in an imaginary future or painful past? Truth be told, anxiety has no residence in the present. It's unable to. Anxiety invariably concerns itself with potential future events or past occurrences. It draws energy from temporal zones that aren't real at this moment. And here's where everything changes. The phrase that obliterates anxiety is simply, I am here now. Simply 3 words. Merely 9 letters. Infinite power. When pronouncing these words with real presence, something incredible happens within your brain. Research utilizing functional MRI technology demonstrates that present focus awareness instantly decreases amygdala activity, the brain's anxiety hub, while concurrently boosting prefrontal cortex function, which governs logical thought and emotional control. Nevertheless, this encompasses more than brain chemistry alone. This concerns liberating your existence from the dictatorship of fictional dangers. Think about it. At this precise instant, are you all right? Not in future days, not upcoming weeks, not within those early morning mental constructions. In this moment, the answer usually turns out to be yes. This very second, breath flows through you. Presently, you're in a safe state. At this instant, you possess all that's required to exist fully in the now. The bulk of people over 60 possess years of compiled stressful thoughts. We've seen enough to recognize that adverse situations can arise. We've undergone loss, dissatisfaction, and wellness obstacles. Because of what we've been through, our awareness becomes heightened, always looking for the next risk. This phenomenon is known among psychologists as anticipatory anxiety, and it's utterly depleting. It's akin to participating in a marathon while staying in one place. Your physical system can't distinguish between actual dangers and invented ones. While stressing over tomorrow's health appointment, your pulse rate rises, blood pressure surges, stress chemicals flood through you, precisely as if the danger were happening currently. This chronic stress doesn't just feel terrible, it literally accelerates aging and weakens your immune system. Scientists at Harvard found something profoundly important. When people routinely engage in present moment consciousness, their bodies create less cortisol, the chief stress hormone, and more DHEA, commonly known as the anti-aging molecule. Simply by guiding your attention to this moment, you're literally deciding on health rather than disease, peace rather than upheaval. I'd like to relate a narrative that exemplifies this wonderfully. Robert, a man of 72, passed his days overwhelmed with anxiety regarding his heart problems. Every morning he woke up checking his pulse, monitoring every sensation, convinced that each day might be his last. His wife watched him disappear into this prison of worry until one day, sitting in his garden, he noticed a butterfly land on a flower nearby. For just moments, his mental chatter ceased completely. His heart wasn't concerning him. The next day wasn't on his mind. He simply observed this butterfly, totally in that moment. And at that moment, he comprehended something meaningful. His stress wasn't shielding him. It was hindering him from living fully. From that day forth, any time anxiety arose, he'd say to himself, "I am here now," and move his attention to something in his immediate vicinity, a particular sound, a sensation, his inhalations and exhalations. Eventually, this elementary practice altered his life more dramatically than any pharmaceutical had. Right now, I'm asking you to halt this video for only 5 seconds and test this yourself. Say the phrase out loud, "I am here now." Become aware of your body positioned in the chair. Sense the air touching your skin. Perceive the noises around you. Notice how quickly your anxiety fades when you genuinely land in the here and now. This isn't about optimistic thoughts or denial. This represents something far more impactful. It's simply what is. This current moment is the only one that really exists. All else consists of recollection or mental creation. As you comprehend this profoundly, not merely mentally but through direct experience, anxiety releases its hold on you. You recognize you've been anguishing over matters that don't actually exist in this moment. And before we go further, I need you to help me spread this message. Share a comment using 1 if this is clear to you, or 0 if you're having doubts. Your involvement helps this video get to others who desperately require these insights. At this juncture, let's consider how to implement this phrase effectively, particularly when anxiety is strong. The critical aspect isn't utilizing it as an implement against anxiety, trying to drive anxiety out. Rather, use it as a centering tool, a tender nudge to come back to this moment. When you perceive anxiety mounting, stop for a moment. Inhale slowly. Say, "I am here now," either out loud or silently. Then involve your sensory awareness. What do your eyes perceive? What's audible to you? What can you sense physically? This elementary method disrupts the anxiety spiral before it accelerates. Neuroscientific research reveals that being fully present and fully anxious simultaneously is impossible. They cannot coexist. Presence removes anxiety just as light removes darkness, not through fighting, but through simply being there. For those of us over 60, this practice is especially valuable because we often carry not just current worries, but accumulated anxiety from a lifetime of challenges. We can fret about wellness, monetary concerns, our offspring or their children, or becoming dependent. These represent authentic worries. But being anxious about them solves nothing. It merely blocks us from treasuring the good experiences still present. Taking steps solves problems. Presence grants us serenity. Worry achieves neither. Here's why this phrase is so revolutionary. It functions instantly, requires no money, produces no negative effects, and works in any location, anytime. So here's your challenge. Every time you sense anxiety developing, use the phrase, "I am here now." Say it with awareness. Return to your senses. And here's what I want you to do right now.